Oh yeah, time for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. What's up, everybody? Got some new books for the week, and I'm going to show those here in just a second. Kind of a small week for me, like compared to some of the previous weeks, but and then I've also got a couple of back issues that I picked up. I'll show you those as well, and a magazine. Hey, if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Mark Walters. Nice to meet you. I do these haul videos usually once or twice a week. And if you like this content, please do me a favor and like and subscribe down below. I would very much appreciate it. I try to point out stuff that you guys might want to pick up or that might be worth grabbing if you haven't already done so. So hopefully that helps. And yeah, let's get right into it. First and foremost, I grabbed a couple of books that I missed last week. This was Gwenom versus Carnage #2, and this is the oh god, I don't remember who the artist is, but this is I guess the cover B variant. I just thought it was kind of a cool cover, and it's a cool book. So I grabbed a couple more issues of Immortal Hulk #43. I'm assuming you guys have heard by now there's some controversy about this book, and Marvel is actually technically recalling these, and they're going to replace them with corrected copies. So when stuff like that happens, sometimes it's worth picking them up, sometimes it doesn't really make much of a difference. I just went ahead and grabbed a couple extra copies just in case. Got this from Titan Comics in their back issues. The Mighty Thor #451. First full appearance of Blood Axe. This book's starting to pick up a little bit of heat. I have a couple copies already, but I figured it couldn't hurt to get another one. And the Mighty Thor #391. First appearance of Eric Masterson, who becomes Thunderstrike. And there's some hype about Thunderstrike. So Thunderstrike #1, a lot of people are looking for that now because the photos that came out from Thor Love and Thunder, Chris Hemsworth is dressed in what appears to be kind of a Thunderstrike-ish uniform. So this came out this week. Star Wars Insider #200. I missed the last issue #199, and I was really upset that I missed it because it had all this stuff about the High Republic in it. And I wasn't going to miss issue 200, and thankfully the shop I go to, they got several copies of it, so I was able to get a couple for myself. This is the Peach Momoko, because you can't buy a book today without there being a Peach Momoko variant for it, right? This is the Peach Momoko variant, previews exclusive variant cover, which features the Mandalorian and the child right there. If you guys grab one of these, and especially like if your shop is like mine and they have several on the shelf, I've started doing this lately with a lot of my books. This is going to be kind of my tip of the week, I guess. I'm really picky about condition. And so when I look at a book, I always look at the spine, I look at the corners, I look all over to make sure there's no condition issues. Say that 6 times fast. But lately I've started looking on the back of both comics and everything else. And on these, I happened to flip them over and look on the back. They had about 12 copies on the shelf, and then there was one in my box. And I noticed that on the back down here at the bottom, that several of them were kind of crunched a little bit. I think it might have been a printer issue, like maybe when they got printed, the printer kind of crunched them a little bit at the bottom. And then some of them had stuff at the top. So out of the 13 copies that they had, I managed to find 2 that were not completely messed up a little bit on the back. So just something to think about if you guys are, like I said, if you're like me and you're picky about condition, it never hurts to look on the back of the books. Okay, so new books of the week. We got DC. This is DC Love is a Battlefield. This is another one of those thick format books. It's got, kind of a thick square bound. And so it's like a $10. Is it a $10 book? I think it's a $10 book. Yeah. Anyway, just some fun stories by different artists. I don't think there's any first appearances or anything in here, but I always grab these when they come out just in case. As you know, the DC Very Merry Multiverse, the one that they put out just a month or so ago, ended up having a first appearance of a Future State Flash character, and everybody kind of went nuts over that. So you never know, they may have something. This is Future State Kara Zor-El, Superwoman #2. This is the Alex Garner cover B, and I just thought this was really cool. I loved Alex Garner's cover for the first one, so I grabbed that one. That was actually the only Future State book I got this week. I'm getting some copies of Teen Titans #2, which appears to be sold out everywhere, but I won't get them until, I think, tomorrow, so I'll probably show them on my next haul video. This is In Black Panther #1. This is the Steve Epting variant cover, and from what I can tell, this is the cover. This is the cover you wanted. I mean, it's just a great Black Panther cover. So, got a couple of those. Daredevil #27, featuring Elektra on the cover there. And by the way, in case anybody was wondering if that Elektra as Daredevil story concept was going to last, it appears to be lasting, at least for a little bit, so we'll see what they end up doing with that. Eternals #2. I was initially really excited about this because at the end of the first issue, he faces off with Thanos, and I knew Thanos was going to be in this issue, and I'm a huge Thanos fan. But Thanos is really not in it all that much. I was a little bit disappointed. I was reading it, and he's only in like maybe the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages, and then I think he's gone for the rest of the book. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but not too much. This is the Todd Knock Headshot variant cover, featuring, is it, okay, this is a good question. I'm curious if you guys know. Is it Icarus or Icarus? Because Icarus, I'm typically would see Icarus spelled Icaurus. This is spelled Ikaris. I've never known what the proper pronunciation of that is. Like, I would assume it's Icarus, but I don't know for sure. Tell me in the comments what you think. Fantastic Four #29. Just a cool Mark Brooks cover with Human Torch blasting all the King in Black creatures there. I like that. Morbius. What in the world is going on here? Hang on a second. Okay. Morbius Bond of Blood. This is... I think this is one of those books that Marvel, because the Sony Morbius movie was supposed to be out, and I think they were hoping that this was going to coincide with it, but alas, it did not. It's a cool looking book, though. Okay, and then my independents. We'll kind of we'll finish out with the independents here. So, this was a book I grabbed off the shelf. I guess I hadn't really heard much about it, but it says White Ash presents Glarian. I assume that's how you say it, or Glarian. And I just thought this was a really nice cover, and the artwork on the inside's pretty nice. And I knew nothing about it. It's from Scout Comics, so kind of a cool looking book. Look at that sexy cover. Nice. It's the glistening, the light glistening off. That's what makes it sexy. Ha Ha #1, second printing. They had a ton of these on the shelf. I think it's probably safe to say this book was ordered heavier than the first printing was, at least at the store I was at, because they had a ton of them. But I liked it. It's a nice cover, so I grabbed it. This is a book I'm really excited about. I think it looks great. I mean, like, the interior art looks awesome. Radiant Black, #1. I believe this is the Michael Cho variant cover. There's a couple different covers on this. This is Radiant Black, #1. This is the 1 in 10 copy variant, which is really nice. And then this is probably my favorite book of the week. It is a variant. It's a 1 in 25. and it's Radiant Black #1, the Dave Finch variant. Just a really cool, and like I said, it's 1 in 25. And I wasn't sure. I actually went in really late today. I wasn't sure if they were going to still have this. I asked them if they could pull it for me. Thankfully, they did, because I seriously doubt it would have been there if I had not asked for that. And then last but not least, I've got cover A for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #114, where, God, what's her name? I forget her name. And then the Bebop and Rocksteady. And then this is the cover B variant by Kevin Eastman. And I grabbed 2 of those. There was a 1 in 10 retailer incentive cover, but it was just the turtles jumping. It wasn't anything really inspired, so I actually ended up grabbing a couple of these because I just thought it was kind of nice. So that's it. That's all I got. Not a big week, at least not for me. But I think the books I'm most excited about is Radiant Black, and then I'm anxious to kind of plow through this because there's several different stories in it. So that's all I got this week, guys. Kind of a slow week, or a small week for me. I guess I'll see you guys with another haul probably in the next few days. I'm going to try to pick up some more stuff. You can find out more about me, Mark Walters, at bigfanboy.com, or also DallasComicShow.com is where my convention is, although we're kind of on hiatus right now. And please check out my new film review and movie news show, The Big Film Show. Go to bigfilmshow.com. We also have a YouTube page. If you search The Big Film Show, you'll find it. Please subscribe to that as well. And again, please, if you would, please like and subscribe down below. I would very much appreciate it. It is cold here in Dallas. I don't know if it's cold where you guys are, but if it is, stay warm, and I'll see you on the next Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. Take care.